You have to be very cognizant of the fact that the person sitting across from you has biases. If you're an engineer, they might think you're too introverted. If you're a finance person, they might not think you have a passion for technology. And so you have to understand how you're being perceived and make sure that you address those concerns head on. I was a finance guy. I'd come from a finance background. I've been investing my own stock portfolio since I was in sixth grade, and that's a big plus. But it also is a mark against you because there's lots of people in finance that just want to work on the buy side. They want to work at hedge funds, private equity, venture capital. I really wanted to work in venture capital because I really wanted to start a business, and so I had to communicate that. But then I had to go another level beyond that to make sure that the person interviewing me didn't just think I was telling a story. And so I went to meetups, I read a lot of blogs, I read Hacker News, I read TechCrunch. I remember being quizzed directly on my thoughts on HTML5 versus native iOS apps. And luckily, I'd been to a conference earlier that week about that same subject, and so I could talk intelligently about it. Again, any of these interview processes are a little bit of luck. I also started a blog. I wrote about tech stuff. I didn't really write much about finance stuff. I fiddled around with some programming and basically just showed that I was the type of person who would dive into this stuff and really loved it. So that's how I positioned myself. And I would take a long look up at yourself and try to figure out what is the person interviewing me going to think about me, and how do I make sure that I tell my story in a compelling way that they believe.